Hi, welcome back to Parsnips and Parsimony. My name is Janelle, and I'm a homeschooling mom of 8. I have one child who has graduated. I have another senior, and then, well, the ages kind of stair-step down from there. Over the last couple of days, I've been getting a lot of questions about how do you homeschool high schoolers? I just want to say that I am speaking just out of my personal experience homeschooling two high schoolers, one who has graduated and another one who is graduating this year. And that the way that I homeschool doesn't mean it's the only way or the right way, but it's just the way that has worked for us. And I want to just share that with you guys. I know a lot of us in the United States has been thrown suddenly into this realm of homeschooling, whether we were prepared or not. And that can be a little nerve-wracking. No doubt. I mean, I remember when I first started homeschooling Charity, she was 4 or 5 years old, and we were starting out with preschool and then kindergarten, and it was so nerve-wracking. I really had no idea what I was doing. And I can only imagine what some of you folks are feeling right now. And let me tell you, I am here absolutely to answer any questions that you might have. I can only relate from my personal experience of homeschooling my kids, but hopefully this video will give you the assurance that you are not going to ruin your high schoolers. They're not going to hate you, and this can actually turn out to be a really positive time in your life as well as for your teenagers. Having children that are in high school is really an amazing time to have your children explore and learn about what they might want to pursue as a future career for the rest of their life. And you have such an amazing ability to go and help them with this right now. So they probably already have all their basics for English down. They probably have all their math basics. Homeschooling for high school does not need to be necessarily sitting down from 8 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon doing your schoolwork. It's going to be a lot more exploring. At least that's what it's been for us. Now, if your student is maybe weaker in some areas than others, you might want to focus on that weaker area in one regard to just kind of help so they don't lose ground with that. Math being one of those areas that tend to be a weaker area for some students. If you're not familiar with Khan Academy, it is a completely free service online. I've been using it for my kids. I'll go ahead and put the link for all these things that I'm suggesting down in the description below. You can check them out. Khan is completely free. When John, who is a senior this year, but when he was in that 6th, 7th, 8th grade time period, Khan was great because it really focused on the fun aspects of learning. They have great video lectures there. So if you're not comfortable with teaching math, go to Khan. Even if you only do, a few lessons in a week, just that reinforcement can be really, really helpful. And you can, as a parent, you can log into your parent account and see how they're doing, what they're accomplishing, and what they need to focus on. It's really a very user-friendly and something that's a lot like what your child is probably used to in a public school system. In fact, I know the public school uses Khan Academy. At least one of our local school districts, and one of the teachers recommended Khan to me. That's how I originally found out about it. We all know Sir Isaac Newton and his laws of physics. Well, do you know how he actually discovered those laws of physics? He was on quarantine and he wasn't able to go to school. So this is really, I don't want you guys to be nervous about keeping your high schoolers at home, because this is really, really such a wonderful time for them to be able to learn maybe more of those things that they wouldn't normally learn in school. So, one of the first things I would do, your high schoolers home, obviously, they're going to be going through some social changes. They're quarantined. They're not with their friends. So definitely taking care of their social well-being is going to be important. And that means that you're going to have to be in tune to them socially, being there if they need to talk, whatever they're feeling. They might be feeling afraid or scared. So as a parent, but also as a teacher, you need to be there for them. That would, I say, would be the first things. That's going to help with communication skills, and communication is key to growing up in this life, knowing how to relate to one another. So again, it's not necessarily something that you can teach and put a book to, but teaching them how to communicate is such a wonderful life skill you're giving them. as you're communicating with your high schooler how they're feeling, what do they think of all of this? See where they stand and what they were thinking of, whether it be college, their career, whether it be a trade school, what were they thinking of for their future plans? And then I would help guide them in learning more about that field that they're interested in. So say your child's interested in moving houses. YouTube has so many amazing resources for videos like that. I mean, how do they move houses? That whole process of lifting the house up and supporting it. Amazing things. And your child might watch it and be like, yeah, that's not something I'm really interested in. And that would help them so much. So again, education doesn't necessarily mean bookwork at this point. I would definitely consider doing some non-traditional studying and learning about some of those fields. If they're wanting to be a doctor or a nurse, learn more about that field. Maybe consider watching some of the anatomy and physiology lectures online. YouTube has amazing anatomy and physiology, little chunked videos of all of AMP. I have watched them and I found them intriguing, very interesting. Again, giving your high school that experience that they might not have had otherwise. And it might be able to say, yeah, this is really what I want to do, or, I don't like it so much. Let's go find something else to do. So thinking outside the box, we've done that with our children, trying to promote what are you wanting to do in the future. Now, if they're interested in being a doctor or a nurse, that field requires a strong sense of science and math. And so you might want to focus more on the next couple weeks or next couple months, classes or online resources in the sciences and in the math portion to make sure that they are set to go into college with a really strong start with that. So you might be saying, I only have a sophomore or a junior. They don't know what they want to do yet. Think about the things that you, as a high schooler, when you got out, or as after college, you moved out, and the things you didn't know that you wish you knew. And that could be the basics of cooking. I'm not talking about culinary school. I'm talking about just basic cooking, making sure that they can survive on making some basic food for themselves. Teaching them about budgets, finances, basic money skills. Those are very important lifelong lessons that they're going to need to know. How to use credit wisely or not use it at all. All those aspects. Dave Ramsey, I don't know if his services are free, but he has, if you're not familiar with Dave Ramsey, he's on the radio and he just is an amazing Christian financial counselor. I think that's how he would consider himself. And we enjoy, the kids enjoy, we all enjoy listening to Dave Ramsey and his program. And he has some excellent resources out there to be able to teach your high schooler some of those basics of life. Teaching your children how to keep the house, cleaning toilets, doing the laundry, make sure they know how to run a vacuum, having them create a routine, a weekly routine with you, whether it be Monday is cleaning day, or pick a day to do cleaning day and one day to be laundry day. Have them be part of that. Show them how to fold laundry and make sure their drawers stay neat. It's not a curriculum, but it's just basic things. First aid, another huge one. Everyone should be able to know the basics of first aid and how to stop the bleeding. What happens if someone's having chest pain? What about a stroke? Do you know the signs of a stroke and how to act? Those are just, again, basic things. They're probably covered in school, but reinforce them so they are fully prepared when they graduate to go out into the world as a very well-rounded adult. And if your high schooler knows what they're really interested in, consider taking some online college classes for college credit. I mean, some of the kids are probably already doing this. There's so many online classes if they know which college they're interested in doing. Some colleges already have online colleges that they partner with, so that the credits fully transfer. Western Civ is one of those classes. It seems like any field you go into, you have to take Western Civ. English Comp, I think you need to take some sort of mathematics. Those are just basic classes that every college student is going to have to take. Have them take them now. This is a great time to get a jump on that and to get his feet into that field and into that environment. And if he loves it, it's a great fit for him. And if he doesn't love it, well, maybe that's not so right for him. If you're looking for something a little bit more traditional, you can always have them pick up a book online. Well, libraries are closed, so go to online if they have a Kindle or an iPad or some type of device that they can get a library app on. There are so many books that you can go ahead and download for free or borrow from your local library to read. Have them read it. Reading is such, again, another wonderful resource that we all have, and it can help us so much in knowing which direction we're going. I guess my main point in saying all of this is remember to cultivate a love of learning in your children. Yes, they're high schoolers, and yes, they're missing out the social aspect, but this can be a blessing in disguise. And I just see it as an opportunity for parents to really get to spend some quality time those last few weeks or months of a high schooler's life before they choose to move on. And that can be a very sweet, sweet time. So I hope this has inspired you to press on. You can totally do this. This is not impossible. It's going to take heart and soul, but you can do it. You guys can not just survive, you can thrive. And it's going to be a life-changing experience for everyone. Let me know on the community page if you found this helpful. And what are some of the resources that you have found teaching your high schooler? I would love to be able to create a little forum here for folks to be able to go through and see what you guys have found, because I certainly don't know all of the resources out there. I just know that we have used, and I'd love to have a community page where you guys can go and look through that and find some really helpful resources. I hope you're having a fabulous day wherever you are. You can do this, and I'll see you for our next video. Bye.